library was founded in 1923. So we're getting close to our 100th anniversary. So that's really something to be proud of. The library is one of the oldest foundations still in existence on St. Martin. And a lot of people don't realize that. So looking forward at 2023, when it's the 100th anniversary, we really would like to see some progress in a new building. Because the public out there and everybody knows that the library building was heavily damaged by Hurricane Irma and Maria. But even before that, the building had some structural issues, and the board was already thinking about future plans and what have you. But these hurricane events have really accelerated that challenge. The staff was able to keep the library open in a limited form after Irma. But then in December 2018, the inspectorates decided that the building was no longer safe to work in. And if the labor inspector tells you that, and also the fire safety cannot be guaranteed, something had to be done. So the board was forced to close the library. But luckily, we have found a new location on top of Adolphus Richardson building on the Pondville, or the W.J.A. Nisbet Road, as it's officially called. And although that facility is only 10% of the original library square meters, we are still able to serve the public from that location. It's cramped, but it was found very important by both staff and board to keep library services running on the island. So in March 2019, that temporary facility was opened by the Minister of Culture, Education and Sports. And we've been serving the public from that location. The main reason why we're here now is to introduce the new director, Miss Gwendolyn Holliday. She has been appointed by the board and started working as of January the 1st of this year. So she is new to the library, but she's not new to St. Martin, of course, and nor is she new to the education, cultural, and what have you fields.
Before we get to Ms. Holday, you mentioned that the library is currently preparing for its 100th anniversary. The library was founded in 1923.
Correct.
What are some of the planned activities that you as a board are looking at to celebrating this milestone?
Well, of course, it's still 3 years away, but it's good to look at the future. From the board and staff perspective, we would really like to be able to move into a new building, but technically that would not be realistic, I think. But at least some groundbreaking or something should be on its way. And depending on the facility, because we might move to a different facility in the meantime, because this is really small, but we're not sure as yet, because everything depends on funding. And serving the public of St. Martin always has been the most important premise from the library, but also looking into a new type of library. Books on shelves that people come and pick up and return. That is still important, but there's much more nowadays, especially e-learning, e-books, virtual situations, media labs. All those things are important, and we, as a library, would like to see that develop into the future. Also, we have signed a memorandum of understanding over a year and a half ago with the St. Martin Museum and CMARC to research possibilities of sharing a facility. And that has been a discussion since then. We have drafted a proposal to government, which has been submitted as part of the Education Master Plan by the Minister, which has been approved by the World Bank. But as we all know, processes with the World Bank do not go fast.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
The Housing Foundation has requested a postponement due to this meeting being called on a short notice, and they would like to ensure to give Parliament a proper presentation as to the current standings and issues pertaining to the Housing Foundation. With that being said, I can only speak based on government. The housing issue is of a great concern and continues to have my full attention. Since coming into office, I have had discussions with the Housing Foundation concerning the possibility of home ownership, in particular the emergency homes which are located on government land. These discussions, however, are still ongoing with them. And I had a meeting with the Housing Foundation yesterday evening as well, pertaining to this meeting in preparation of, and some of the topics which were discussed were the finances, the bottlenecks in which, and also various options, which they would elaborate more into when they come to present to Parliament. So based on that, I just prepared a brief introduction that with the expectation that when the Housing Foundation does come next week, or soonest, early next week or late next week, that they would do a full presentation to Parliament as to the outstandings and where they're going and the issues they are facing and the plans that they are looking to do in the future as well. So based on that, I hereby would like to conclude my brief introduction today and wait for the reconvenience of this meeting with the presence of the Housing Foundation.
Through you, Mr. Chairman, I'm saying to the Minister that I thank him for being able to still follow through and come in to speak with us this morning. I am, however, going to be honest and say that I am saddened to learn that the foundation, St. Martin Housing Development Foundation, is not here with us. Whilst I take note of mentioning by said foundation that not sufficient notice was given for them to prepare, I'm still a bit unhappy about that, simply because this is day-to-day operation. January 6th was the first publication that came out in public media that I have an interest to have them come in to answer questions pertaining to the housing facilities that they manage. That said, January 6th, one of the residents, well, a few residents got in contact with me, extremely elated about the fact that this meeting had been scheduled, and as such, wanted to share certain points with me. For example, one resident sent me a letter that they received 10 days after the publication came out in the newspaper. And if you would allow me, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to just read a few lines from the letter that they received from the foundation. The letter was issued to the residents of the duplexes in Belvedere on Thursday, January 16, 2020. Again, 10 days after the publication came out into the newspaper. It concerns the duplex unit assessment inspection, and it reads as follows. Dear tenant, with regards to the duplex unit assessment inspection The management of the SMHDF in collaboration with ICE will be starting the duplex unit assessment inspections. These assessments are needed for the improvement and repair work that is needed to be executed in all the duplex units in Belvedere. At all the duplex units, the assessment inspection will be carried out internally and externally. That activities may differ per unit. Completion of the repair work will improve the living environment. Completion of the repair work will improve the living environment of all the damage that Hurricane Irma did in 2017. We are in 2020. Amazing. I cannot express to you how I feel, the type of emotions that's going through me right now. The reason it was important to call this meeting, and the fact that they are not here, says a lot to me. I continue. Permission to access the unit. In response to the upcoming duplex unit assessment inspection, the management of SMH, DF, and ICE would like to inform and kindly request all tenants to grant permission to access the unit. Who will refuse? The management of SMHDF is in collaboration with ICE will inspect the duplex units together to make an assessment for the repair work plan. Your audience is requested on the date of the appointment. Kindly contact our technical department or visit the office to confirm the date and time that is suitable for you. And then there's a list of the various areas that they will be visiting between Monday, January 20th, 2 days ago, to Friday, January 24th, and it comes down the line that stretches to February 14th. Mr. Chairman, this for me is alarming. It's alarming for me because a long time has passed since this has taken place, but not only that, as mentioned in my first article, in February of 2018, monies was to the tune of $1 million released to this foundation. And so I'm asking, through you, to the minister, what has been the action taken thus far, if only now the tenants are receiving this notification about assessments? This is serious. And it's bothersome to me that almost an entire month would be needed for a presentation to be prepared.
Make use of WIB mobile banking with easy access and direct usage of face recognition, PIN code, or fingerprint. Download WIB mobile banking app and make your transaction from anywhere at any time. For more information, visit wib-bank.net/quick-login.
Mr. Chairman, the housing situation in St. Martin was one that I think, fortunately, was, sometimes things come up during an election as a topic. But this was one where I saw, I think each and every party had one thing in common that we said. something needs to be changed about the way social housing, affordable housing, whatever term we prefer to use, is being managed in St. Martin. Because, Mr. Chairman, I will say, I know the UP party was very vocal, for example, about our plans to say, hey, we need to build at least 1,000 more homes. And the questions that would come would be like, for example, where the land could be. Well, I know I could talk to my colleague, Christopher Emmanuel. He's going to show me where the land is. We could talk where the money is. We know APS lost 38 million guilders just like this. Instead of investing it in homes, they throw it in thin air into the open market. But the real question and the good question to ask is, let's say you build the homes. Who is going to manage it? And that is the biggest point of debate that I agree is a big problem. Because we can build 1,000 or 2,000 homes tomorrow. But if it is up to a foundation that has proven over time, whether by their fault or not, we'll find out when they finally do come. If it is not managed properly, it will fail the people of St. Martin. And that is why when I was approached by my colleague MPs, MP Duncan and MP Richardson in requesting this meeting, I said, yes, absolutely. But I had a little bit of trepidation, and I'm not surprised to see the email that we get, because for the last year and a half, Mr. Chairman, we've been trying to get the Housing Foundation to Parliament. Correct me if I'm wrong, MP Brownbill, you were the chair of the VROMI committee. I know the chairman tried not once, not twice, but 3 separate invitations. Housing Foundation, please come to Parliament. Give me a nod if I'm correct, Ms. MP Brownbill. There you go. So you have a committee of Parliament that is charged with oversight and investigating issues related to VROMI, where housing falls under, and you just get, oh, can't make it, we busy, need time to prepare. But you've had over a year and a half to prepare. So let us not pretend that the current request, which is an urgent request for a public meeting, is the first time Parliament ever said, hey, Housing Foundation, we need you to come here and answer to the people of St. Martin as to why our people are living in the conditions that they do. So the need to prepare, I would say it better not be another year and a half. It better indeed be by the 30th of January, as I said. But unfortunately, past behavior has shown that I'm not going to hold my breath on this one. But we do hope and pray that answers are given to the people of St. Martin. Mr. Chairman, in preparation for this meeting, I wanted to see what legal recourse, for example, do people have when they have an issue with Housing Foundation or such. And recently, I managed to find a case in which it was a case of onus in Court Kading, which took place on the 28th of September 2018 by approximately 16 tenants represented by Geert Hartzman against the Stichting St. Martin Housing Development Foundation. And Mr. Chairman, I can't go through all the details. However, the plaintiffs did allow me to share with members of Parliament, so it will be on the P drive. But if you really go through the analysis that the judge took place in this, the judge almost is saying, but these are things that are basically violations of human rights. It is almost as if not only whether someone is paying rent or delinquent rent or not, just the fact that an extension of the government is placing people in such homes is an act against human rights violations. The basic need to live in a healthy, proper place. In the court as well, they submitted various pictures, and I will scan these and add them as well. I don't know, Alvin, if you could help me out a little bit here and zoom in. But if you look at some of the pictures, Mr. Chairman, of how our people are living in this country, let's look at how someone has, look at what is above their roof, where they sleep, where water, lady literally has to move her bed and put a bucket in that section of the room, because right here, all you have is water just coming drip, drip, drip. People's homes. Or better yet, or let me say worse yet, this is a ceilings. Supposed to be a ceiling. You're looking at zinc and probably holes where you see in the sky. And on, you see all of this here. And in the case, the judge made a very strong statement and a decision of the courts that the Housing Foundation has to repair it, has to do this, has to do that. But guess what? Nothing has happened since. Court decision of the 28th of September 2018.
Hi, what's up, St. Martin? My name is Rene Leverett, and I play baseball. And I have represented St. Martin in numerous international tournaments and professionally around the world. Sports matters to me because it reveals and develops character. So I challenge the business community to step up for sports and help us rebuild and repair our facilities. I also ask the community to nominate local businesses in your area to take the challenge and step up for sports. Because hashtag sports matters, hashtag are you in?
So you see there, since they put this up high now, this is supposed to be a bedroom in the back there. So now anybody could get in here, climb over there and get in the bedroom, because there's no protection now for a bedroom. You see what it is? In here is soft tiles. So on the soft tiles in these 2 bedrooms, I put carpet. They mix concrete in here, and this is, they say they're not going to take care of this. But there's the one who mixed the concrete and the soft tiles, roll them up. See how they make the cement all over. This is a brand new door. One day when I came, my door was broken in 2. My door. When I tell them, why you break my door in 2? It was a good solid door. It was a good mahogany door. Why you break it? They said they don't know. They don't know. And this is a new door. I tell them, you're going to get me a door. So this is the door they get me and put it there. And what else to tell you? The bedroom. This other bedroom, they also mix concrete in here. And they say they're not doing this as a beautification. I have to take care of that myself. Why they do mix concrete on the tiles, then you bring a gentleman to throw acid all over the house, you know, and say you're bringing cleaning people. How could you bring cleaning people to clean a house in this condition and the house is still in this condition? So they're just wasting money. All these doors was mashed up in the everything because the water soaked to them. This one, leave back there because it was barren there. So only when the gentleman come to put on the tiles, then he pushed this one out because they feel they couldn't get it out. This is the bathroom. This is the bathroom. See? They laid down everything in the bathroom. They disassembled everything in the bathroom. See, all on the toilet is nothing but cement, mortar. All over is cement, mortar. And he said, look, no beautification. All over, you see? A toilet where you have to sit, cement, mortar. And this is the toilet where they leave full of mess. That I didn't know somebody must be cleaning it. It was so brown with the mess that it was like they had it there for days. So I don't know, everything gets smashed up, broke up. See the electricity? All of these was intact. They pull them out, they stack up everything. This is how they live in the house. They ain't doing beautification.